A lot of great riders have not won the Derby. It's probably the most difficult race to win as a rider. You can go in at the beginning of the year with 3 or 4 top prospects, end up at the Derby with a 50-to-1 shot. You can go into the Derby itself with a favorite and come out running last. The most difficult horse race to win.
Your whole life kind of flashes in front of you all the time, all the work you've done and you put in. It was great just to compete in the Derby. Then to win it is totally a different, you go to a different level.
I swear I went absolutely blind the last 30 yards, like shot. And the wire was like a slap in the face. It like just woke me back up, and it was like my mother had grabbed me and I had been some lost child.
It's very hard for me to describe and tell you guys how I was feeling that day, but you can see me just cross the wire with funny sight, the happiness in my face, and it was very emotional inside of me.
When I hit the finish line, it was surreal. It was something that I dreamed of riding in the Kentucky Derby, let alone winning it. And I'm like, and this is me, and I just won it.
Well, in the first instance with Sea Hero, I knew probably 150 yards before the wire I was going to win. So even though I'm trying to maintain my mental composure, it's a little bit overwhelming. And then when I hit the wire, I burst into tears. You're going to have to forgive me because it still chokes me up, and it's over 10 years.
It's the Kentucky Derby. It's the hardest race in the world to win. It's the most prestigious race in the world to win.
Jockeys may be the least celebrated of all athletes. How does a jockey guide a 1,200-pound thoroughbred full of heart through the thundering field to win the Kentucky Derby? In 2 minutes' time, the finest jockeys, the Derby jockeys, use their entire bodies and the power of the reins to become champions in their finest hour. Strength, stamina, and courage bring both athletes, horse and rider, under the wire through the wall of sound of over 140,000 fans. People who thought, when they put down their $2 on the first Saturday in May, they were just betting on a horse.
The Kentucky Derby is the most special race in the world, not because of the purse money. It's just because of the history and the tradition. It just became the prize, and it seems like as the years have gone on, that more and more it is the one race that every owner, trainer, jockey wants to win. And then you throw in the roses and my old Kentucky home and the mint juleps. I've always said it's the most charming, romantic sporting event that I've ever covered, and I've covered most of the major ones. It's unique. There's nothing like the Kentucky Derby and the first Saturday in May at Churchill Downs.